Hi, I'm Christian Triola, author of the Missing Method for Guitar books. In this open position practice video, I'm going to show you how to handle flats in open position. Back when I was in high school, I was just starting to learn guitar, and I had this choir director who also played guitar, and he told me something that I always thought was a little unusual, but it kind of makes sense. And he said, well, the guitar favors sharp keys. You don't really want to play a lot of songs that have flat keys. And at the time, I was just learning open chords and very basic stuff, so it seemed to make sense. I mean, it's a lot easier on guitar to play E major than it is E flat major, especially when you're a beginner. You know, after playing a while, it's no big deal, of course, but at first, it kind of makes sense. And when it comes to note reading, I kind of felt like reading the flats was always a little bit harder. Now, one of the reasons is the book I used focused on sharps. It really didn't go into a whole lot of flats, so I didn't get a lot of practice with them. But not only that, it is a little bit confusing when you're a beginner to try to figure out where all the flats are. Now, some of them are really easy to figure out. For example, if you're playing G, first string, third fret, going to G flat, no problem. You just go back a fret. But what if you need an E flat? Your first string open, E. That's when you run into trouble, because you have to remember, okay, it's on the next string, fret number 4, and all that sort of thing. So in order to remember that, you want to take your time to go through the notes that are flat so you remember where they are. Now, one really easy way to do that is to think, okay, well, E, first string is open. If you go to the second string at the 5th fret, you have the same note, same pitch. So if you take that back a half step, there's your flat. So it's on fret number 4. And so that's true with all of the strings except for one, which of course is the G string, the third string. So we have G, A, B. So the second string B is at the 4th fret of the third string. So that means B flat is on that third string, 3rd fret. So if you remember that and just know that the other ones are all 4th fret, you'll remember where those flats are. Now there's one string we can't lower, and that is the 6th string. The only way to do that is to physically retune that string down to E flat. Otherwise, it's just not a note we're going to be able to play. So down below in the description, there's a PDF with a practice song to help you get used to reading flats. It focuses on the E flat and the B flat notes because those are the two most common flats you'll come across. And once you get used to those, the other ones really aren't that hard to figure out. So let's take a look at that. All right, so this example is in open position. We have the E flat on the 2nd string, 4th fret. We have the B flat on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. And then when we play the octaves, we have the E flat on the 4th string, 1st fret, and the B flat on the 5th string, 1st fret. So those are the main notes you want to keep in mind, because a lot of this example, this study in flats, uses those 4 notes. So if you take a look at that PDF, one of the things you have is that just those 2 notes, E flat and B flat, are really highlighted in that first line especially. As you go along, there's a little bit of development in lines 2 and 3, and then finally the last line has some strong similarities to the first one. All right, so I'm going to play it so you can hear what this example will sound like. So here's a study in flats. Okay, So another feature that I want to point out there is the rest, because a lot of times beginner players will ignore the rest. They'll just stop playing, and you want to make sure that you count it as a beat, a full beat, and that you stop the sound so it's quiet. So I'm going to play measure 10 just so you can hear that. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear I cut off the sound right at the end, so make sure you watch out for that. Okay, well that's the example. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of what you need to do to practice those flats and gives you a little bit more practice with them. So if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe as well. We'll be doing more note reading practice videos, of course, in the future. And if you haven't already, make sure that you sign up for our newsletter. Not only will you get a free gift, but also you'll be informed once a month on what we're doing at The Missing Method, any new books, new videos, or anything else at all. So good luck with the note reading, and I'll see you in the next video.